Hello and welcome to Banter with Brooklyn. Today, I'm going to be talking about the Romeo and Juliet rock opera, and I have a guest named Xavier. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Xavier.
Hi guys, my name is Xavier. I'm a junior at Delaware State University. I'm a sports management major with a minor in marketing.
All right, so Xavier, you don't really know why you're on my podcast today, but I just wanted to sit here and tell you about Romeo and Juliet, the rock opera, which I'm working on for my final for my public relations and advertising class. And yeah, I just wanted to tell you about my thought process and what's been going on with that. So, to start, basically Miss Preen, who's my professor, gave me this assignment about like the beginning of the semester. And I won't lie, I definitely procrastinated it for a while just because I wasn't exactly sure what she was looking for. So, of course, I push it back like I usually do with most of the things. What'd you say?
Are you sure now?
Yes.
Okay.
So, the assignment is to build a media kit for the production, which is the executive producer is Dr. Tolly, who actually is Grammy Award winning. He composed music for Disney and everything, so he's like very, very up there. But I have to create a media kit, which basically means that I collect a whole bunch of media. So I've been like interviewing people and taking pictures of costumes and all that stuff. I've been talking to the fashion department and whatnot,
Okay.
which is pretty cool. So like I said, when we first got the assignment, I definitely procrastinated it for a while. Anyway, I started like actively doing work probably about a month ago at this point, like beginning of February.
Okay.
The first thing that made me like, all right, let me start, was when Dr. Tolly came in and spoke to our class about the production.
Is Dr. Talley a professor at Del State?
Yes, I do believe he teaches something, but I'm gonna have to fact check myself on that one.
Okay.
But no, yeah, he does teach. He has a class. I forget what the name of the class is, but he definitely has a class because when he spoke to us, he told us that he had a class. Anyway, yeah, so Dr. Tolly came and spoke to us. And he was giving us a little background on himself. Apparently, he lives in Ohio and commutes back and forth every few weeks, which is insane.
So he stays in Delaware, I'm assuming, probably.
Yeah, he stays in Delaware for some time, but then he goes back
home.
Yeah, which I don't know how he commutes.
Probably.
You think he flies?
Train? Yeah.
Yeah, he might take the train.
Unless, I mean, if he has a place, he might drive. But if he's just coming up here for one day, I don't think he's driving or flying.
How long do you think the drive is?
The drive is, I think, like 9 hours.
I hope he's flying, cause
So he's either flying or catching it. The train ride is probably like 13.
13 what?
Yeah, train rides are longer than drives.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Xavier. No.
Sometimes they are.
I take the train home.
Because they have multiple stops.
I mean,
if you catch the train from Wilmington to Philly, it's like an hour and a half train ride.
Dang, it's kind of equal time, I guess. I do catch the train. I mean,
from Wilmington to Center City, Philly.
From Wilmington to Jefferson Street, yes.
Yeah, Jefferson. That's an hour and a half. I take that.
It is an hour and a half, but
that's not the same drive. No, it is not.
It is for me.
If you drive, that's like a 30-minute drive max.
30-minute drive from where?
From Wilmington Amtrak station to Philadelphia.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I've driven it before.
Then you were speeding.
Probably, but even still, like, it's still, even if I was going the speed limit, I would have got there 30 minutes sooner if it was an hour drive.
Oh, wait, you're saying it was 30 minutes sooner.
Yes.
You're saying that from,
it took me 30 minutes to get there.
No.
It was without traffic, though. It was no traffic that day.
The math is a math thing. Train ride does take an hour and a half.
Okay.
Right? So you're saying it took you 30 minutes driving to get from Delaware to Philly, Wilmington to Philly.
Yes.
You're not telling the truth.
All right, at least 45. Like, it was not an hour. Speeding. I know for a fact it was not an hour. I probably was speeding, but trains go faster than how fast I could drive. No, not.
It's probably the stop. I don't know.
It's multiple stops. So if you catch an Amtrak, then maybe. But even Amtrak stops.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree on this one because there's no way.
Okay, but
anyway,
continue telling me about Dr. Talley.
So he commutes. He was also telling us that he was just telling us about the film in general. By the way, it's a film, and it started off as not a film. I believe it was a play at first.
So it's a film.
Yeah, it's a film, like a film.
Do you know if it's going to be like played for students on campus?
I'm sorry, what? Oh, if DSU.
Yes,
people?
because usually like they have the plays for show.
Right. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
But I believe, I would think so.
Is it like a musical? Because it's rock opera.
Yeah, there's music in it. There's definitely music in it.
But it's like opera.
I haven't heard the music.
Okay.
Honestly, okay. I don't have like a lot of information in terms of like what's happening in
the show.
Yeah, I just have a lot of knowledge on
background of the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But tonight actually I'm going to go see like the whole run through.
Okay.
I'm gonna cover that. Yeah, I'm actually really excited. I love musicals and anything musical and musical movies and High School Musical. So I'm excited.
Okay.
But yeah, so Dr. Tolly really just came in and spoke, and after he spoke to us, I was like, okay. It's time for me to do work because
you don't know anything.
Yeah,
Were people asking questions?
Kind of not really.
Okay.
But he did say like we could text him or call him if we ever needed anything.
Have you asked him? Have you emailed him or anything?
I did. I texted him, but he didn't get back to me. But it's okay because I ended up getting in contact with Zion, which I'm going to talk about in a couple minutes.
Okay.
But Dr. Tolly is extremely busy. Like, he's really being the executive.
Yeah, if he's working with Disney, then
everything.
Unfortunately, he might not have time for Brooklyn Thompson.
No. So, wait, his music is playing in Disney parks in Paris, at Disney Paris. So,
okay.
I don't know if he still
Disney's
composes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. He also won a Grammy, like, for music. Isn't that insane? But, no, yeah,
you know what the Grammy was for, no?
Do I know what the Grammy was for?
Yeah.
And something in music.
Obviously, that's all Grammys.
Oh.
No, so you don't know. Okay.
I don't know exactly. I don't
know.
Because
you know how they have like album of the year.
Oh no, it wasn't album of the year.
Well, obviously, I would figure that. I don't think he's like Macklemore or Rihanna or anything. But I was just asking you if you knew because there's a lot of Grammys.
Of like
Kobe Bryant hasn't had a Grammy.
Right. Okay, I see what you mean. So, no, I'm not sure what the Grammy was for. I just know it was a Grammy.
Okay. I'm sorry.
And so, also, yeah, he came, he spoke to us, and then that's when I was like, all right, Brooklyn, you need to actually do your work. So I texted him. I was like, hey, my name is Brooklyn, and I'm working as a publicist. You know, gave him like a quick little rundown. I was asking like show times and times of when like I could come take pictures and see anything like that. But he never got back to me. But fortunately, I believe a few days after that, or possibly the week after that, this kid named Zion came in and talked to us. And basically what he was saying was...
this is a student?
Yeah, this is a student.
Is he in the production?
He doesn't have like a role, but he is in charge of like handling everything that Dr. Tolly might be a little busy for.
Okay.
So everything that really falls through the cracks. He does a lot of admin work, so like schedule, like I'm pretty sure he sends out notifications to schedule. Like he's the one that I'm in communication with in terms of like when things are happening.
Okay.
So he handles all like that type stuff.
Okay.
So he came in and he talked. He told us how he got involved with the production.
And you said he is a student, right?
Yeah, he is a student. He seems pretty busy himself, but yeah, he's definitely a student. He spoke to the class. It was pretty informative. And then he linked us to something called Trello, which is basically like an app that notifies people when things are going on. So that's how everybody's together, like through Trello. Everybody's linked through Trello, which is cool. So after Zion spoke, I'm like, okay, I have this information. Now I have times, and now it's time for me to actually go seek out people to interview and stuff like that. So the first place that I went was to the Ag building. By the way, it took me 15 minutes to find the Ag building.
The what building?
The Ag. I think it's agriculture. And it's near...
It's right... Is that the building right by Conrad? Behind Conrad?
Yeah, like over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
There used to be like cows and stuff all around there.
Cows?
Yeah. So my mom used to... I'm sorry, this is off topic.
No, you're good.
But my mom used to go here. And my granddad also. So like...
Okay, a long family.
Chill. They used to have like... It was so much better from what I hear.
Really?
They used to have like steak Fridays.
No. No. The poor cows.
So you can imagine why they had cows on campus. But go on.
No. You know, I don't eat beef. That's horrible.
Yeah.
The poor cows. Mm.
Yeah, it is.
And for them to be on campus.
Yeah, they were on campus just getting put down. I don't know if it was those cows, but it was just kind of like they had cows on campus. They had steak every Friday. The steak was apparently really good, really fresh for about 25 years because there was a 25-year difference between my grandfather and my mother.
No. That's horrible. Xavier,
yeah,
no. I wish I didn't know that.
They used to have steaks then because we only have fried chicken Wednesday and then game night. Mm-hmm. They used to have fried fish Fridays. Steaks used to be on Thursdays, I think. Then they used to have fried chicken Wednesdays. Then Tuesdays was like something with brunch. Yeah, it was they cared about the students more back then.
They kind of be doing us dirty in Colorado. Yeah. It was a sausage on the pizza for me, like the whole link though.
Yeah, the whole link. It was the hot dogs and the hard shell tacos for me. Uncooked hot dogs at that.
Ew.
They obviously weren't uncooked, but they definitely.
They're like the boil. You know when you boil.
The boiled hot dogs. Yeah.
No.
Without the like bubble in the boil, so it really didn't look cooked. Yeah.
No.
And they called it glizzy tacos.
That's disgusting. No way. So the building behind Conrad is the ag building. Very cool. The building behind Conrad is the ag building, and so I was on a journey in there, just trying to figure out where everybody was.
How many floors is it?
I think it's
at least 2.
It might be at least 2, but I only stayed on the first floor.
Okay.
So through this little hallway I walked and I was kind of just looking around. I tried to look like I knew what I was doing and where I was going, but I had no idea. So I eventually found it after like 15 minutes. And there was a couple of students in there. And once I saw the sewing machines and like mannequins, I knew I was in the right place. Mm-hmm. So I go in there and I'm kind of just like, hey, a little timid, but hey, I was just like that. So I'm working as a unit publicist for Miss Preen. Like I was quiet. I was like, yeah, can I sit somewhere? Like, yeah. So I sat down, and then after I kind of set up my iPad and stuff, I felt way more comfortable, and I ended up talking to this guy named Davion, who is working with. So the fashion department is paired with Dr. Tali's production, and they're making costumes.
And they're making the costumes.
Yes.
Okay.
So I interviewed Davion, and he was cool to talk to. Did
you try on the costumes?
You said, did he?
Did you?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not in the production.
Even still.
Hey, I'm a unit publicist. Can I try that on real quick?
Yeah. Can I be Juliet for 15 minutes?
No, but I did take pictures of the costumes.
Okay.
They're really nice. They like I can't imagine being a fashion major. Like the attention to detail in the costumes. Insane.
It's good.
Yeah, it's insane.
So was it like one person working on each costume, or were they working on it as a whole
so
unit?
Yeah, they were working on it as a group, really.
Okay. Each costume?
Yeah, each costume was kind of like a group thing.
That's
yeah. But they did have like their own little special time with it. Like Davion was explaining, like people take measurements and then they pass it along, or like they just collaborate on a whole bunch of different stuff, which is pretty cool. And then also, I'll get into this in a couple minutes, but when I talked to Miss Preen, because she's in the production actually, she was saying that her costume is like specially designed for her. Like it's one of the things that like is custom for her.
Especially when it's just one actress or actor.
So I was like, oh wow, that's really
cool.
I
wonder if they have like doubles or backups where they make the same costume.
Oh.
That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work. But yeah, so I talked to Davion and then Who?
Me.
Yeah, I would struggle with that. I can't measure for Jack.
I could put it all together. I could write it down and tell you what it's supposed to look like, but creating it?
No. My mom, she's like into crafts and stuff. She doesn't do clothes, but she definitely like. Well, she used to do clothes kind of, but she would like customize. She wouldn't like start from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, I started the clothing brand for 2 days.
You said you did?
Yeah, for 2 days.
What a long time.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. I still technically have it, but it's okay. It's okay.
Your 2 day business? Yeah. Would you ever start back up or no?
Yeah. Just not now. I just don't have the time or the resources and money.
No, felt. But yeah, the fashion department, it was so nice in there. Like it was bright. They had mannequins and sewing machines lined up. You know I love a bright room. I really do. like, like they had sewing machines and everything set up. Everything just looked so good, and they seemed really organized, which I guess you have to be with a production like this. So yeah, after I finished interviewing him, I kind of spoke with a few other people, but for not as long.
Okay.
That was just kind of just small talk. But yeah, I ended up coming back to my dorm and piecing it all together. So I created like a folder where I put people's interviews in, and then I also took pictures. So I made like an album in my phone for the pictures for the production. So after that, a couple of days went by, and then I'm like, dang, I need more information still. But I'm not stressed out because we're only halfway through. Like, I have the whole rest of this next half a semester to collect information. So I wasn't super stressed, but I did really want to interview my professor, which is Miss Perrine, who's playing the nurse in the production.
Oh, so she's in this production also?
Yes, she's in this production, like this one. So I'm like, yeah, let me get in there and interview her. So I ended up going to her office hours and sat down and interviewed her we sat probably for 20, 30 minutes, but I only interviewed her for like 12 to 15. But me and her get to talking, and then I'm chit-chatty, Miss Breen can be a little chit-chatty, so we just ended up talking for a little bit.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so she had told me that she was a nurse for the production, which I kind of already knew. She also said that she has to kind of work with Dr. Tolly separately because the schedule for the weekly schedule, because she's so busy during the week, weekends are the best time. So I guess she's working with Dr. Tolly on the side. She gave me a lot of information on.
Oh, so she has to rehearse separately than everyone else.
Oh, she also was telling me about lip syncing too. How
they lip sync?
Yeah, but they sing it like it's their voice. But they lip sync their voice. Yeah. I was like, oh wow, that's gonna be interesting.
But they don't do that in live productions, do they?
No, I don't think so.
Just when it's like, I mean, that's what they do in movies.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why I was surprised. I don't know why I thought it worked a different way.
That's what Beyonce did for the national anthem.
Did she really?
Yeah, but we don't talk about that.
Oh, we don't talk about Bruno? No. So yeah, I interviewed her, which was cool. And then, like I said, after I interview people, I just take the information that I learned and put it in its own little separate place in my phone and in my laptop and in my iPad. And so that's really what I have so far. I've talked to a couple people, like this guy named Steph, who I believe is like, he's in the cast, but he doesn't have a main role. He lives down the hall. And then I actually talked to Juliet too, but only for like, we had the shortest passing by conversation. But after spring break, I told her that I was gonna get in contact with her to interview her because, oh my goodness, it's Juliet, like main role. So I have a whole bunch of really good questions for her. But overall, I think I'm really excited for this production and for this project. I think it's helping me get a good idea of what I want to do in terms of my career, because I do enjoy interviewing people. I do enjoy talking to people. So it's like, like this isn't a final where I'm dreading or anything like that. I'm really excited about it. And I can't wait to see what's next and when I go tonight to see the production. And so, yeah, I'm just really excited in general. All right, well, that's it for today. I want to thank my guest Xavier for coming on and speaking with me about the Romeo and Juliet rock opera. Thank you so much again for listening to Banter with Brooklyn. Bye.